Hello, today we're going to talk about words are blocks of communication. Words are blocks of communication. When you begin or start learning English, the first thing the first thing is to learn words. The first thing, of course, is vocabulary. You have to have a lot of vocabulary because I cannot speak if I don't know the words that I need to know in order to speak. So, first step, vocabulary. So, when I start learning English, I need to take a book, a booklet, and learn the vocabulary. For example, word. Word means palavra. Oh, word is a singular. Words are plural. So I learned the word word, palavra. So words are blocks of communication because to communicate, to talk with another person, I needed to know the word that person knows. So I have to have vocabulary. And then each vocabulary I'm gonna put in order to make a sentence. So I can communicate, I can express what I have in my mind. The second step after learning words is structure. I need to put the words in the proper order, in the proper structure. Like words are blocks of communication. Those are blocks. My vocabulary, word, verb, are noun blocks. Preposition of communication. So I take the blocks and now I put in order. So I needed to know a little bit of grammar. Grammar. For example, words is a plural word. Palavras, words. Then the verb needs to express the plural. There is a concordance. There is an accord. There is an agreement between the verb and the noun. Words, plural. Are, plural. The words are blocks, plural, of communication. Then I put in the structure. Words are blocks of communication. Then, after having one sentence, I needed to repeat that sentence the most times that I can. The more I repeat a sentence, my mind learn and capture the meaning of that sentence. So after repetition and repetition, it becomes automatic. For example, I think in Portuguese when I start or when I begin to learn a new language. I think in Português. Palavras são blocos de comunicação. I put in my mind, palavras são blocos de comunicação. Then I find the words. Palavras, words, are, são, blocos of the communication. So I think in Portuguese, then I translate into English. Words are blocks of communication. In the beginning, no começo, I think in Portuguese and translate into English. But after some time, it becomes automatic in my mind. After repetition and repetition and repetition. Words are blocks of communication. Words are blocks of communication. I repeat to myself until my mind knows by heart, memorize that sentence, so I don't need to translate anymore, because my mind understands in the moment that somebody say that word. For example, you are learning English and you learn an expression. How old are you? How old are you? If you translate word by word, how old are you? Quão idoso está você? How old are you? Quão idoso está você? Maybe it doesn't make sense. But when I know that how old are you means quantos anos você tem, I don't need to translate anymore. Because now I know that how old are you means qual a tua idade. Like, what's your name? You don't need to translate that because you have heard so many times that you know. What's your name? Qual teu nome? What's your name? Qual teu nome? The same thing, the same concept is true to all other sentences that I repeat in my mind. My name is Evaristo. I am 70 years old. I live in Taubaté. I studied in the United States. I lived there for 18 years. I went to college. I have a college degree. The more I talk to myself in English, first I translate from Portuguese to English. That's the first, that's the beginning. But after some time, I start talking to myself. I make sentences. For example, quero ir para São Paulo. How do I say that in English? Quero ir para São Paulo. Blocks. Quero. I want. Ir. To go. Para São Paulo. To São Paulo. I want to go to São Paulo. I want to go to São Paulo. Grammar. Quero, in Portuguese, doesn't need to have the pronoun because the pronoun is inside of the verb, quero. But in English, I need to know the pronoun. Quero. Who? Quem? Quem é que quer? I. So I have to say I want. I want. Eu quero. I want. I want. Go. Go. Grammar. Go is an infinitive. Infinitive in English need to have the word to make an infinitive, to go. Ir, infinitivo, ir, to go. So I have to say, I want to go to São Paulo. I want to go to São Paulo. Now I can ask a question. Do you want to go to São Paulo? Do you want to go to São Paulo? You listen to me and you repeat, I want to go to São Paulo. Do you want to go to São Paulo? If you repeat many times, it becomes automatic. If someone say to you, do you want to go to São Paulo? Do you want to go to São Paulo? You understand what he is saying. Do you want to go to São Paulo? And then you can say, yes, I want. Or no, I don't want to go to São Paulo. No, I don't. So now, repetition of the sentences that you know becomes automatic. You don't need to think in Portuguese any longer because now you know the sentence in English. When someone says, how old are you? Oh, I am 20 years old. Where do you live? Oh, I live in São Paulo, Taubaté, Recife. The more sentences I talk to myself, the more sentence I say to myself, my memory keep it. So when somebody asks me, I don't have to translate because I already know. So I need to repeat to myself sentence after sentence, sentence after sentence. So repetition make automatic and you have speed. Because speed, velocidade, you don't want to talk like a child. I want to go to São Paulo. You are not a child any longer. You are an adult. An adult don't say, eu quero ir para São Paulo. They say, eu quero ir para São Paulo. So you start practicing speed. I want to go to São Paulo. Words are blocks of communication. Everything that you say to yourself, you start repeating and get speed so you can speak fast like an adult person. So, first, you need to know vocabulary. You need to know vocabulary. Second, you need to know the structure, how to put the words together. For that you need grammar, a little bit of grammar. Nouns, verbs, prepositions. You need to know a little bit so you can put in the right order. You can put in the right structure. Then you have to repeat quick, fast to yourself. You have to repeat many times. Repeat, 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 repeat. And then